everybody, how you doing this evening? Garth Beagle, just out of nowhere, right as I started up, dropped a $20 super chat. Bam! Smash that like button and be sure to subscribe. Yes! First off, thank you, Garth. 20 bucks, that's nuts. That is absolutely crazy, but I thank you very much, and that is greatly appreciated. That helps us be able to get cool toys like this to play with. But yes, smash the like button. Subscribe and do all that magic stuff because that also helps my channel out. So, how are we all doing this evening? We're going to have some fun tonight, I hope. So, we're going to talk real quick about what we're doing tonight and why and all of that stuff. So, my old MacBook died. It was a MacBook Air, and it died 6 months ago or so. And I've been saving up for the new MacBook because I knew it was coming. And I decided to go ahead and get one, and it came today, and ordered it on the day that it was available, and here it is. So it arrived this afternoon, came right after dinner, and we're going to unbox it from the beginning. Now, I do normally do how can I say, I do normally do old stuff. I understand that, but this is Joe's Computer Museum, so it's my computer museum, so I can decide to do what I want. And also, I friggin' love these things, so it's, you know, it's going to be a fun thing. I also wanted to just have a chance to hang out with everybody and say hi and, you know, have some sort of content for the channel. So that is what we're doing tonight. This little unboxing probably won't take too long, because obviously it's not a big thing. And then afterwards, we might hang out because I've got some other things to fix and do anyway. A lot of people in the chat. We've got Garth, Justin, Javier. We got Steve Mac 84. Who else was here? Jay from House of Moth is here. Rudy's Retro Intel. Britt Dodd, an old friend of mine from a billion years ago, is here. Adam McGee, how you doing? Who else? Lucas is here. And probably a couple of other people I'm missing. And if I missed your name, I am sorry. But we're just going to go ahead and get on with it. Sinister Pisces just showed up. Acid Drain is here. Mike Mulhern is here. Yes. So let's just go ahead and get started because, you know, that's what we're here to do. So let me click some buttons here. There it is. There it is in the wonderful box that came today. So we're just going to get to it. I hope you can all hear me well enough. If you can't, yell in the chat, and I will do the thing to make sure I am more audible. So let's see here. So I will say that Apple does a really good job of shipping these things. This box came to me with a label on it, of course, but the label didn't say who it was from at all. It doesn't say Apple on it. It doesn't say California on it. None of that stuff. It's just a plain label that's like from location to me. In addition, there are no Apple logos anywhere on this box, and the only slight indicator of anything Apple is this little tag right here, which is the serial number of the machine, which means that if, how can I put it? This gets shipped and it gets put on your porch, it's less likely to get snagged off your porch because they do a really good job of boxing it that way to make it kind of hidden, I guess. I don't know. So let's do that. Ha-ha! And we flip that open. And there is the magical machine in the box. It is a heavy little chunker, but half of that is probably the packaging. MacBook Pro is in your standard box. There's the config for anybody who wants to know what I got. I basically got the 14-inch standard model because I don't need a lot of crazy fancy whoop-a-doo to do my stuff. Just checking chat. Checking chat. Checking chat. Everything is good. Okay, so here we are. Pull off Apple's wonderful tape that they do. And should I try to preserve the plastic? Am I crazy like that? I don't know. I'm not going to. Okay. Slide this box lid open. There it is. Yep, the box is, I mean, the box is easily half the weight of this. The box and the charger. That's a pretty hefty box, you know. We all know Apple. Okay. There's the machine itself. Comes with our standard designed by Apple in California little instruction booklet for people who need such things. I don't. There is our charging cable. Ooh, we'll talk about that in a second. MagSafe, baby. And the charging brick. The charging brick is a lot larger than the brick for my MacBook Air, but that's okay. No big deal there. And then the rest of that is like a big 2-pound box of plastic. That is fine. Put this together. Yes, M1 CPU. Yes, this is the M1 Pro CPU that comes in the brand new MacBook Pro. And I opted to get that because I wanted some horsepower. I also want to compare it to how my main computer operates. So my main computer, how can I put it? Retro Techie, hey Joe's Computer Museum, is this a channel giveaway? Dude, if I could give away MacBook Pros, I would not have a day job. So I wish it was a giveaway. Yes, it is a giveaway. It's a giveaway to me, from me. How's that sound? Well, that's unboxed. Nice stream. See you later. You can't leave so easily, Adam. But anyway, what was I saying about this specifically? I was saying something about this, but whatever. I don't remember what it is. So we'll get the plastic off of it. I went with space gray because I like the darker gray color over the silver. That's just me. If you know me well, you know I typically like to wear dark gray shirts. I just like dark gray. There is the machine itself. Pretty standard. There's the back. The MacBook Pro here is actually, it seems like it's machined into the chassis there, so that's nice. The screws on it are typical pentalobe screws, but at least they're not some other weird new bit that we don't know. So that's fine. There it is. Oh, that's slick. Did you hear that? They set this thing up so that the moment I opened the lid, it turned on. That is attention to detail. I really do like that. Looking at other people's, what other people are seeing, check the bottom of the MacBook. Yes, we just did that. If Joe's giving away any new MacBooks, I'll take one. I wish I was. New pad feet for the first time in 30 years. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, just reading your chat so I can follow up with you. Yes. Okay, cool. So the other thing just my first impressions, typical solid Apple product. Really, really, really well built. I can feel it by the way it's made. The hinge on the screen is better than the MacBook Air and the previous MacBook Pro model. For my experience, it stays in place. It doesn't move as much, so that's nice. This screen, which of course the live stream is not going to do it any justice whatsoever. This screen is friggin' killer, and I can tell from right now, the resolution on it is absolutely nuts. It is nuts balls. It is insane. That is crazy. The color on it is outstanding. It really is nice. MagSafe is back, of course, for those who were missing their MagSafe. I'm kind of half on the fence, off the fence about MagSafe. Let's go ahead and get the charger cable out of here if I can. A lot of people like it. A lot of people preferred the USB 3 power connector. I am a fan of the USB 3 power connector just slightly over MagSafe because in my case, for how I usually use my MacBook, I'm using it in an environment where the cord can become unplugged too easily, just sitting there, because of the way I'll just put it this way. I tend to use it while I'm hanging out in bed at the end of the night, watching YouTube and things of that nature. And what happens is the MagSafe, it'll just it'll snag and disconnect a lot, and it just bothers me. But that's just personal. I love the concept of MagSafe generally because of the whole, you're not gonna like yank your expensive Mac
to use
off
English as the main language.
Oh, shut
Press
up.
the return key.
Yeah, okay, great. It's asking me if I want to use English. Sure. Great. We'll just leave it there for now. Yeah, MagSafe. And I can understand having MagSafe on the Pro models to some extent because they're beefier, more expensive. They're more of a professional, less of a throwaway item. So I can understand them wanting to have that. So people are
contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn.
Shut up.
The VoiceOver quick start.
Just shut up. Quiet. Be quiet. Quiet. I can read. Be quiet. Anyway, so yeah, MagSafe. Anyway, about MagSafe, it's a more expensive thing. So you don't want to be yanking the machine off and doing whatever. So mute there. Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted by the beautifulness of this and it talking to me and trying to pay attention to what everybody's saying. So, so freaking strange to see a new design for the first time after it shipped. Yeah. Use MagSafe on the road or portable and USB-C at home. Exactly. Yes. Yes. That's good. Did you select American instead of English? You're funny. Yeah, MacBook Pro is excited to be on stream. It's like, yay! I'd have like 20 systems installing OS X in the morning. They'd finish, and then that audio would play. Yeah, yeah, like in an imaging environment or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Hammer makes a great mute button now. Acid Rain. Hey, I know you're not a Mac fan, but be nice. Yeah, donate the M1 MacBook Pro, and I will. Funny. So anyway, I'm just going to go forego the cable for now. There's plenty of charge in here. It is, can you guys see the charge level? It comes pretty much charged to the hilt before we go. So no worries there. So we're going to go ahead and continue. United States. I have no accessibility issues. Select my Wi-Fi network is this. I'm not going to show you my password. I think that's the password to it. Stand by. Yep. Data and privacy, migration assistant. I'm not doing any migration on this. Sign in with your Apple ID. Sorry, more stuff I can't show you. I think that's the password. Stand by. I gotta go look it up. Password is I love Macs. You're funny. Password 8 bits is all you need. Yeah, nope. You would not ever be able to guess my password. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee that. Because of the way I do things. Like, I actually have to look it up. Because of the way I do things. Stand by. I believe I'm using the wrong email address. Again, I have many layers in security and depth for things that I do. Not to say that I'm perfectly unhackable, but, you know. That worked. Sign in with your Apple ID, and now it wants my code for my phone, and I got to find out where my phone is. to do code on my phone because it wants to do that. And I need to do this. And I hit the allow button, and then I got to type this code in. Stand by. I'm still waiting for this to come open. This process, I'm willing to bet that the logins are slow right now because everybody's doing it right now. It's not taking my code, so let me try it again. This is the most boring part of the stream. House of Moth is... Come on, Tom. Be nice guy. Okay. Sign in required. It's making me do the thing. I click the button. Doing the verification code thing. It's finally loading. I read and agree the terms and conditions. I hit agree. Wait for the screen to go away because you guys don't need to see my verification code. There we go. Now it's going to ask for account information, which you guys also don't need to see, but that's fine. Account name. Password. Allow my Apple ID to reset this password. No, because that's not how I roll. Creating a computer account. Doing the thing. Stand by. Yeah, Jay's a nice guy. Leave Jay alone. Jay's cool. It's being rather slow for being a kick butt computer here. Just sitting here spinning, doing nothing, creating my account. Setting up an iCloud account. Yeah, no, I don't use that either. Yeah, I'm a weird Mac user. I don't use all the Mac features. iCloud, don't use it. Upload to stuff, don't use it. I don't use it because I know how to actually copy my stuff off my computers and put it on a network server, which is then cloud backed up by another service, which for me is free and costs $0 because I'm a nerd and I can do things like that. But anyway, I have some wonder if my internet is slow right now. How's the stream? Is the stream looking okay? Is it sounding okay? Is it skipping out? Is it doing weird stuff? I don't know. I know, yeah, iCloud is good. I mean, I don't dislike the service. I like the entire concept of iCloud, and just generally, I just don't use it. It's not because I'm able to do the same things iCloud can do the old-fashioned way because I know how. iCloud keychain set up later. I don't use that feature because I have a different way to remember my passwords. Find my iMac. I am going to assign that to Find My. I do enable location services, so I can use Find My. I do not share my analytics. I do not use screen time. I do not use Siri. I don't use Siri. I also don't use, I do not use any biometrics because I'm just weird that way. So file vault disk encryption. I've never used it before. I don't believe I need to because I don't use my Mac for anything critical in that manner. Touch ID, set up Touch ID later because I don't use that. Hell, keep your Mac secure. It's not like you can get the storage out of the thing anyway and get data off of it. It's not like it's a Windows PC where you can just yank the drive out. Apple Pay, yeah, set up later. I don't use that. Choose your look. I will use the dark theme. Hit continue. I'm about to get my first NAS, so I'll be rethinking my entire cloud backup strategy. Yeah. Siri is annoying and useless. You see, that's the thing. Some people love it, some people don't. It's just all based on preference, right? I just prefer not to have things like Siri or Google Home or Alexa or anything like that listening into what's going on, because even though Apple does a really good job of pretty much ensuring that they're not constantly recording, you never know what might happen. And I just don't like the concept of somebody like constantly recording everything. Sounds okay, but chat is a bit off. I've noticed that too. I've been finding that when I'm trying to type in chat in the actual YouTube chat console, like stuff, how can I put it? It's not taking some of my chat. Like it's like deleting it. I don't know what's going on there. YouTube maybe just to be having a problem. Can you please first go into displays preferences? Okay. Let's go ahead and change angle just a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. Displays preferences. So you want display preferences. I have to remember how to do that. I usually don't ever have to get into any of this stuff. As you guys may or may not know, I am mostly a Windows and old 8-bit guy. The everyday stuff of the Mac that a lot of my fellow Mac enthusiasts out there just know, well, you type this and you click that and you do this. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So resolution default for display or scaled. You can scale it so that, like, for example, we can scale it up so that you can see more stuff better on the screen there. Chat is rejecting 20 to 30% of my submitted messages. Yes. I'm having the exact same problem as well. I don't know why. I think that's just a YouTube thing. I think YouTube is having an issue right now. It also took forever to start the stream up. I think there's some sort of stream problem. Thanks. You're welcome. Okay. Is this not in focus? Can you guys not? Is that better? Is that better in focus? There we go. The camera wasn't even focused. Is there an autofocus option? Exposure lock. This application is a little weird. Did we lose it? I think we lost it. Oh no! The camera went away. Stand by. What happened? We lost the other camera. My bench camera went away. It broke. I gotta fix it. I was trying to get the hit start. Check up the app and it. Okay, stand by. We gotta fix crap. There we go. It's back. Sorry about that. That was weird. I was trying to play around with the settings to get it to autofocus, and it didn't work. Anyway, sorry you broke my stream. Yeah, sure. Activate the Omega 13. I have no idea what that means. Turn the focus ring. Jay. Thank you for remembering the reference. I don't know what the Omega 13 reference is. I wish I did, but that's okay. Anyway, so yep, I'm probably going to leave it on the default setting for you guys. What I'll probably have it on the larger text so you guys can see what I'm doing here while I'm doing it. But that's fine. So yeah, what is there to see about it? It's slick and fast. I mean, yeah, it's already running Monterey. That's cool. What does Safari do? What's new in Safari? I don't know. How fast does it load? PDQ. Yep, that scrolling is insanely smooth. And all I really use my personal Mac for is surfing the net. So I don't have a lot to show off here. Omega 13 was a Galaxy Quest. Got it. Okay, I remember now. I have seen Galaxy Quest. I just forgot that reference. How is the keyboard? That is a really good question. So let's bring up notes. and just hit continue. Hey, look there, it has notes for me from that I had stuff going. It brought in my Apple Notes. That's fine. There's nothing there is nothing there that has anything to do with security that I think. So we'll use, but there might be, so I'll use Pages instead. I just need something to type. I see the passwords. Actually, there was a password on the screen, but it was only part of the password, so that won't get you anywhere. Create a document. Sure, a blank document. I don't care. I clicked it. I clicked it. Oh, I have to click create down here. Okay. Yeah, the keyboard's okay. I should make the menu bar black so that the notch disappears. You know, that's the preference, you know. Quit Pages, cancel. I don't need that. Quit Pages. You can tell I never use these applications ever. So let's launch Apple TV. Sure. Yeah, that launched instantly. Instantly. It was up yesterday. It just happened. Let's do, well, we already checked Safari, but we can go ahead and close it and relaunch it. Yeah, it's like open now. Like there is no loading on applications. Applications load as fast as a Finder window. They happen now. That is insane. I forgot to actually close notes. Let's do, I don't know, numbers. That's the first time launching it, so there's a little bit of a delay there. We continue, we create a spreadsheet, we go blank, we hit create, boom, done. Close numbers, launch numbers. Now, launched now, right now. Somebody asked me about getting Rudy has to go. Wow, I didn't see that for about a minute there. Sorry, Rudy. See you later. Installing Mint Linux on my new desktop. Yes, cool beans. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. What I'm going to do when I have to wait 5 minutes for mail to start. Yes. Download the Final Cut Pro trial. Yes, Steve was asking me to do that earlier. That's what I was looking for. Way too fast. Where do I get that? Is that just on the App Store? Oops. Final Cut Pro trial. Final Cut Pro. Where do we get it? How do we find it? Do I have to just download it manually? I'm not finding it in the App Store. So let's go back to the browser. Final Cut Pro trial. Try free for 90 days. Great. Apparently you just download it. Not sure. I really don't want to dump 100 or 300 bucks on Final Cut Pro without having had the full chance to play around with this guy. Free trial. Here's the free trial. Download now. There we go. Yes, allow. Downloading. You get to watch how slow my internet is. Don't make me jump on the stream, Joe. If you want to jump on the stream, Steve, let me know. Yell at me in a side channel. I'll send you the stream link. Gosh, I don't care. We can hang out and yell about things. That's fine. There, I just sent you a link. If you want to come in, just like jump on. I don't care. Final Cut Pro is still downloading. It's taking forever because my internet is not the fastest. What else can we check while that's downloading? Yeah, Steve was trying to get me, it was trying to convince me on the side channel. He's like, you need to get Final Cut Pro. I don't know. Here, let's do some shameless advertising. There, look, you can go to my website and get cool stuff from me. Like you can go reproduction hardware. I didn't want to click it that way. Just click it. Reproduction hardware, and you can like go buy some of my cool Apple III stuff, like the Soft Card Pro 3 reproduction. Now anywhere from $9 for just the board to $95 if you have me build the whole thing for you. Okay, shameless plug done. Yeah, generally speaking, this machine is nuts. Don't quit. File, new window. It's still downloading. It is PDQ fast. It really, really is. Like, so how can I put it? To talk about like my MacBooks, the Mac I'm using right now for as my daily driver Mac is a MacBook Pro. Is the last MacBook Pro they had before this one, which is like the 2012 model or something like that. And it's just it's you know, it's ungodly slow. It's crazy slow. And the MacBook Air actually did fairly well. It was actually faster than the MacBook Pro was, surprisingly. But I broke the screen on it. And it's sitting right here. It is right here because as you can see, I've had it apart because of that screen. I was trying to fix it. And then I went to turn it back on or to check it because I'm able to turn it on. Oh my gosh, it's Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hey,
how
Joe.
are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there. Have you got a new MacBook Pro yet?
No, that's why I'm coming here to drool at yours.
Oh, okay. That's right. You were on vacation, so you didn't get
Yes.
to partake in all the wonderful.
All the money that would have went to a MacBook Pro went away on vacation.
Man, seriously, I've been saving up this for this thing since like the earlier mid part of this year because a certain person who may be in the chat right now happens to have ways of telling me when things are going to be happening early. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll wait to see what happens.
Can they tell you when a Mac Mini or an iMac is coming out?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's what I'm waiting for. I don't know.
But yeah, so hopefully, yeah, the Mac Mini or hopefully those come out with the Pro processors.
And that's what I'm like tempted to get because I mean the laptop is tempting. I mean it's looking stupid quick from the one you have. What model did you replace?
Oh, this so the model that I had was again because I'm not the biggest Mac everyday Mac guy compared to a lot of you guys. I'm not going to say it's a Mac 6,14 or however you guys like do.
No,
that.
whatever year it was, or I don't know.
It's like a 2013
Okay,
Mac.
so it wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't too old. I
Like
had
an
already
i5,
replaced,
i7 or
yeah,
something.
yeah, and I had replaced it with the Air here because I thought I had broke it, and actually it was just a graphics card glitch or something like that ended up resolving itself. But I got the Air to replace it, and the Air was so much faster. I'm like, okay, so I just stopped using that and started using the Air until I broke the Air, and then I had to go back to the Pro and this is like no, I can't.
Yeah.
No, like my old work laptop from 2007 is faster than this Mac. I don't know why. So, I opted to go this way.
And also you could adjust the StreamYard thing so I don't take up as much space. This is your stream, Joe. So.
I don't care.
There you go.
It doesn't matter to
I'm
me.
comfortable being in the tiny little cozy box.
Yeah, it's all.
Now we're the same size.
Yeah, you're big in my heart, Steve.
I'm really tiny.
But yeah, it is. I mean, the snappiness of this compared to the other Macs is absolutely nice.
Yeah, I mean the SSD read and write times on that I hear are insane.
It's like 6 gigabytes per second or some craziness like that. Like, okay, yeah. When did you want that? Yesterday. House of Moth, I'd love for you to settle something. It's been said you can black out the menu bar portion of the screen, making the notch invisible. Sorry, that's my alarm telling me to take my crazy meds.
I need some too.
Can you confirm the notch is invisible? That is a good question.
I think that would be under settings and like appearance or something.
Probably something like.
I'm thinking appearance like back in the macOS 8 days. But
Yeah.
it would probably be like general or something.
Probably.
Yeah, either display or general is where I would start.
Let's start general. You know these things better.
I actually have not used a macOS version higher than Mojave, so We're guessing here.
Okay. Wallpaper tinting, show scroll bars, default web browser, prefer tabs.
Somebody's just going to be screaming in the chat. It's this, you dumb.
I'm sure they are. This thing is bigger than the screen, and I can't grab the corner to make it smaller.
Oh, because you have it super zoomed in the resolution.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and change that.
Yeah, that's, I think, why I gave you that warning of some apps won't work correctly.
Including Apple's own apps. General, there we go. Prefer tabs, close windows. It doesn't say anything in general.
Use the search bar and just type the word menu bar and see if anything comes up.
Relocate menu bar, show input, accessibility, displays. Show.
Might be an accessibility thing, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Somebody in the chat find out and tell us.
Visible. I'm reading the chat now.
You actually read the chat? Oh,
yeah, of course. Come on, man. Folks saying they understand the screen ratio is a bit bigger. Yes, it is slightly bigger than 16 by 10. So it's 16 from the menu bar. From the bottom of the menu bar to the bottom is 16 by 10.
Yeah.
So the notch is actually a gain of space. If you think about it, the notch space up there, you're getting a little bit more. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can play all your Game Boy games. Just shrink them to a little window and pop them up there.
There you go. At the native resolution of this, you could probably put 150 Game Boys on the screen and not be able to see a single one of them. It'll be like a blur in the corner.
That's fine. You don't need to see it.
Yeah. Dock and menu bar. Here it is.
Oh, there we go.
Position on screen. Automatically hide and show the menu bar on the desktop. That's fine.
Maybe it's a third-party thing. I don't know. I think when you full screen applications, it makes it dark, but it might only be certain apps. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So view. Where's my full screen? It's also Command F, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, Command F. So you wanted to see if that notch disappears. I'm going to turn off all my lights, and I'm going to.
Oh, that contrast is beautiful.
Every light's turning off. I apologize if you can't see me.
Don't trip.
I am going to say, Jay, there is I can't see it.
That's crazy.
I'm going to turn off even more lights. Stand by. This one's really hard to get to. I'm going to turn off my monitor. No, I'm going to leave that on. That might screw up my computer because it's Windows. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah,
the completely gone.
Review I saw said that the LCD was so close to like an OLED display, the guy was shocked.
Yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal. The color, the viewing angle. I mean, let's talk about that while we're here. The viewing angle of this thing is nutty. It's absolutely insane. Let's see here. Of course, I turn the lights on. It's auto adjusting for the.
Stop making me want to buy one.
Sorry, can't do that. Dust that off a little bit. Yeah, the viewing angle is basically like nearly 180. It looks perfect from every angle. There's almost no dead spot anywhere in it. The resolution is the typical you can't see individual pixels with your eyeball type of resolution.
Yeah.
The color, like, I lack, because I come from the Windows world. Like, I lack any sort of reference to say, well, this is better than that, or is better. This is better than anything in that world. Mm-hmm. Period. It just is. Justin, did you get the $20 Apple cloth? No, I got my 99-cent Walmart cloth.
Yeah, for $20 you could go to Micro Center and get 20 cloths.
Yeah, so it's all good.
I like your shirt, Joe.
This is absolutely crazy.
You have a Mac shirt on today, so it's very fitting.
Command F. There it went out. So yes, I'm wearing the shirt that you. Yes,
we're both wearing Mac shirts.
Did I get this shirt from you, or did I get it from Javier?
Somebody else. I don't make that
think
one.
It came from Javier.
Now I have to buy one from him. Thanks. All my money.
Thanks for testing that, Joe. You are welcome, Jay. Yeah, I can confirm. It just in a dark room at the very least. Of course, now here's the problem. It's subjective to some extent because it has the automatic light adjustment, the brightness adjustment in the screen. So when I turned off all the lights to see if I could see it better, it just made the screen dimmer.
Yeah.
So it's doing some trickery there. I'm sure I could probably turn that feature off and get a better idea. But to me, when I was in full screen, the notch disappeared. It was gone. Non-extra.
Yeah, and that's what I would expect. You know, if you're doing any application, you put it in full screen, it's going to be hard to see it, or you know, your eyes won't really notice it. And that the same thing goes. I don't know. You have an Android phone, right?
Nope, iPhone.
Oh, that's right, iPhone. But yeah, my iPhone
with the notch.
I just got the 13. That was my first one with the notch, and it was one of these things where I just stopped noticing it. So
yeah. Once you learn that certain things are in the upper right corner and certain in the upper left corner, it's just like,
Yeah, that was the only thing that tripped me up. And then obviously I was so used to Touch ID, so whenever I grab my wife's phone to do something, I'm like, how do I do the button with the thing? And you forget so easily.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah.
So you're painting it now? Okay.
Oh no, that's just how I'm getting the fuzzies off of it.
I wanted a key lime. I'm painting it.
Yeah, there you go. Stand by. I have a green pen here somewhere. But yeah, other things people might be curious about is what happens to the mouse cursor when you put it across here. It just disappears behind there naturally,
it's
as if
hiding
it's in that space. It just kind of disappears behind there.
Uh-oh, Bruce is here. Everyone act professional.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing? Yeah. Is anything? I mean, the unboxing is pretty much complete. I'm pretty satisfied with it. You know, I'm easy when it comes to Macs and stuff. I'm pretty easy to how can I say, please, because I'm not using it for a lot of the crazy high-end professional stuff that a lot of people are using it for. Ooh, you wanted me to try Final Cut Pro, right?
Yeah, we're gonna watch you edit an entire video.
Not continue, agree to the licensing agreement. We'll take.
Please don't use this more than 90 days. Please.
This is my password.
You box it back up and return it. Nice, Adam. Yeah, so some of these YouTubers buy like 8 configurations on each credit card and then like mail them back after. I guess the Apple Refurb store has to get stock somehow.
Yeah, there you go. Install. So this is a 4 GB installation that happened in less than 60 seconds. Done. That was a 4 GB program.
Yay! Yeah, that's the entire Final Cut Pro there. That's. Oh goodness.
I've never used this application. I do not need the installer. Move to trash, and then we can do this.
I will give you the rundown. After all, Bruce told me yesterday that I needed a tutorial to learn how to use the application, so I'm confident in my skill set.
So FTP is probably here. Can I do the old F4 trick as well? Nope, they got rid of that.
Oh, they did?
Function. Yeah, I was trying the F4 to get to whatever that's called, the dashboard. But
just type in F and it should go to Final Cut in the applications.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, there it is. It's right in front of us the whole time.
3.
You just had your spooky music scaring you.
5, 6. Okay, fine. Why it needs to access the camera, but
because you're going to star in a beautiful front-facing camera video.
No. Yeah, it's loaded. So I'm gonna quit it again after
it runs Final Cut Pro. Oh my goodness!
And 0, 0, 1, 2. I didn't click it. 0. Would you click it already? Launch. 1, 2. Yeah, 2 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
2.
That is quite crazy.
Yep. Cool. So like we could do
if you have I don't know if you want to wire it into your network and grab video files from a project or something, you could totally mess around. And I'm just curious how fast it exports stuff. That's be a fun test.
Let's see, to do that.
But it's your stream. You do you.
Connect to server. Ryzen D. There's a problem connecting to the server. SMB : / and then I typed it wrong that time.
That's okay. Whenever anybody watches you, that's when you type things wrong.
You're attempting to connect to it. I don't care. Now it needs the password for this one. There we go. Final Cut Pro would immediately like to import everything on this new network drive you just saw. No, I'm not gonna. So
Everything.
To YouTube channel. And what do I got here?
Get something that's huge.
Gosh. Trying to.
Yeah, use Adam's suggestion and use local talk to transfer or
no.
Ethernet.
No. I will start that, and then the stream will be one of those 18-hour streams, like watching the Yule log burn.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Let's see here. I don't know. View. Sort by date modified. Great. So it's going to show me something relatively new. So the ROM X review. And now I want to sort it by size. Sure. I have no idea what this video is. So I'm just going to kind of pull it in here. Import media.
You might want to just drag it to the desktop first so it'll copy. Otherwise, it's going to be streaming.
Stream it. Yeah, you're right.
That might affect performance. That's the only reason I mentioned it.
Yep. Copy. This is over my wireless AC. So
Yay, wireless!
But it won't take too long.
If they had an Ethernet jack in there, that would just make things sweeter. But
yeah. But with USB-C, it's relatively easy to add one if you really, really need one.
Thankfully, yeah. You can. I mean, if I get one of these, it's going to be plugged into a dock half its life, I'm sure. So
yeah. I do like the fact that the keyboard, the backing on the keyboard is black, so it's black on black. I just think it looks nice and kind of pops.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Adam wants me to transfer it via IRDA.
You saw how well that went on my stream, Adam. Yes, that's non-existent.
So we can do this. We can do. How do I remove this segment?
Yeah, just press the delete key on the keyboard.
Okay.
And you go bye-bye.
Cool. Awesome. Click. Dropped in there.
Yay.
I think it did it.
You might have to do it again.
I don't know what it's doing.
It doesn't like you, Joe.
Apparently.
Oh, you might have did a filter thingy on the little search, the little. Just here, do this. Just go to File, New, and just make a new event.
Cancel. File, new event.
And just name it like Joe's Test or something.
I'm completely and utterly new.
I will guide you, sir.
There we go. Yeah, that imported pretty quick.
And then if you click on New Project in the bottom, that'll create a new project for you, which lives inside of the event.
Okay.
And so then you have your timeline, and you could drag the clips from that little drawer into that. Cool. And there you go.
Does that. I saw a tweet earlier. Somebody said that they had 10 simultaneous 4K streams, like layered all at once, and the preview was able to play them all back without dropping frames on the base model. So this video should be 4K, and I previewed that by pressing the play button. And this is blurry on purpose because
that's okay.
It was a fancy shot here. I'm just want to
now. If you control click on that test project you made, you'll be able to go to the project properties. You could do it above the clip. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And go to project properties. It's not. Oh, it's not. I'm sorry. It's on the right. It's already selected. Click that blue button all the way to the right that says modify.
Yep. Yeah,
and that'll tell you. Yeah, it's already in 4K. All right, cool. So it already detected everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's got, of course, it's got uncompressed and all that stuff too. If it needs
fancy pants. Cool. Now, where did this footage come from? An iPhone or a DSLR? This came
from the same phone right here, which is an iPhone 8 something or other.
Sweet. Yeah. So yeah, if you'd like, you could edit clips and drag them on, and then when you're done, go to File, Share, and you could export that and see how stupid fast it exports. And you probably want to do like Apple devices 4K. That's like YouTube-ish quality.
Apple devices 4K. This video is about test. Okay. It just automatically put that in there.
And so this is 2 minutes long, it looks like.
Yep. Documents, hit save, and go.
And then click on the top left corner. You'll see a little pie-shaped thing above where the menu bar is. Sorry, a little bit to the right, next to those. Yeah, click on that, and I'll give you the progress. And you could expand the little sharing guy if you want more details.
Yep.
There you go. So it's doing the thing. Of course, we didn't do anything to this clip. We didn't add any effects or anything, but it's still doing something.
It's churning. It's doing the thing.
So
Writing
1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's basically doing about 1% per second.
Yeah. So this is going to take like less than 2 minutes to export a 2-minute clip, and that's pretty impressive.
And this is on a laptop, by the way.
A low-end laptop.
A low-end Mac laptop. Yeah, this isn't even the crazy high-end one.
So this is what the 16 gigabyte, 8 gigabytes or 16 gigs. What's in this one? The memory.
This is 16 gigs.
Nice.
It's got 16 gigs. It's got what?
It's the 8-core processor, right?
8-core processor. I think it's technically 10. It's 8.
Yes.
It's 8 performance and 2 efficiency. And then it's got this. Is it like a 16-core graphics something or other? I don't know how that works, but yeah, that was PDQ. So it was exporting that at 4K. So it's 4K to 4K. So it's not actually cutting it down any.
You want to do something fun?
Sure.
Let's import another clip to your desktop just so we have something to play around with.
Sure, let's do that. I need to go to.
And then I'll let you do whatever the heck you want.
I will use this outro that is full of tons of flubs.
Oh, that's what I do. That's great. Outros are great.
Paste.
Look at you not dragging and dropping like a true PC user.
I'm old school, man. I learned how to use computers before I ever touched a Mac for more than 15 minutes at school. That's how I do things. It's how I learned how to do things. Because part of it too in the Windows paradigm, you can't always drag and drop because it doesn't do it reliably.
Yeah, or it'll move it and not copy it. It'll do stupid things, stupid Windows things.
Accidentally right-click, copy, paste all in one like quick function, and you end up having 2 4-gigabyte files on your desktop, and you don't know why your hard drive is out of space.
Hashtag Windows things.
Yes. Anyway,
just Windows things.
So that file is there now. It is all the way over there because that's where I drugged it to.
Drugged it. So he's drugging his files.
Wake up. Final Cut Pro. We drag it into there.
There you go. So now you could drag that to the timeline. You could, put it wherever you want. But I'll, if you center your screen a little bit so I can see it on the stream, I will tell you a little bit about some effects you could add to it and make it fancy. Sure. So if you click on, there are 2 little boxes. You see where it says test and the yellow text in the middle of the screen?
Yep.
Okay. So if you follow that all the way to the right, you'll see there are 2 icons. Actually, the furthest one to the right is this little, click on that. And so that will bring up the effects browser. And so you could add a color, filter to it, but there's a bunch of preset ones of blurs and color presets and all these fancy things. So what's fun is just like literally dragging effect over effect over effect over effect, and
just see what happens,
and just watch it like it's nothing, So now see you dragged an effect over it. Now in the top right, you see how it says color board 1 and color board 2.
Oh yeah.
If you click on those, sort of in the middle there, it'll expand that box. You might have to double click it. And then you could mess around with, the settings for that particular effect. So.
Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
This is your crash course to Final Cut Pro from somebody who barely knows how to use it.
Aged film, 50s, and then aged film, and then we can minimize this, and then I would presume too that I can then. How do I get out of you?
I might just want to double click it. I think that's how it'll minimize. Or that little, the little down arrow dealy next to the number 2.
Nope, that just brings up.
Yeah, just click on, see the top where the little color notch is? Just click back on the clip. Yeah,
There it
and then
is.
there you go. That's sort of the way to. And
Amount, all the amount, sure.
This is going to be the best video ever. Look at all the effects we've got.
Paper, ash, sure, black and white, and then I'm gonna hit play, and it's just playing it.
And now what's really cool is you click on the clip that you have selected there.
Yep.
And if you go to the top right of the menu bar again, where it says effects, and let's see, if you just keep scrolling down just to see if it'll give you.
What, in this list here?
No, I'm sorry, the one above.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you could set the opacity to like 80% or something, and just really stress the machine out.
Like that. There you go. So it's mixing the two.
Now
Yeah, it's like,
export that and see if it sweats.
Sure. So we're gonna do file and share. Why am I not seeing it?
You might have to get out of that edit thing. Yeah, just click. Yeah, now you should be able to. What the heck? No, I don't know why. It should. It should be happy, unless it's still rendering something in the background. Which, oh, you know what? I usually have a preference. If you click on,
I had to actually click on the.
Yeah, it might have wanted you to export a clip or something, but yeah.
I just clicked the send to compressor button.
It's sending something.
I'm going to try 1080p this time,
Sure.
so maybe it's got a little
doing
bit more
something.
queue. It estimates 274 megabytes. That is not bad. I'm going to hit next and go to and call it test 1 and hit save, and it is chugging.
Chug.
7, 11,
It's going even faster.
14. Well, it's cutting the resolution by
But all those effects and the opacity and everything, and it's just like, Joe, this is fine. What are you doing?
I think you've convinced me to try to switch over to this for doing my editing. This is insane.
It is something I've gotten used to. Yeah.
I have a 16 core 32 thread Ryzen with a 1080 Titan graphics card in it, and this is blowing it away.
And what camera do you use to shoot with your footage?
95% of the time, it's the one that is on screen right now doing the live stream.
If you're using an iPhone, it just makes so much sense just to use Final Cut Pro, because the HDR presets and all the coloring presets and everything for the iPhone will just match instantly with Final Cut Pro. You'll have no issues.
Cool.
And it'll be a good excuse to use your computer.
And
mobile editing.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is. Now I want one. Damn it.
The audio scrubbing is working perfectly.
Wow. This is the new look to your channel.
It's like joesghostmac.com.
Hey, it's October. It's spooky.
Yeah, there you go. When I'm done, I should just upload this as a completely random thing.
Patreon exclusive video. Nobody will ever see anyone else.
There you go.
This is what you pay me for, folks.
Wait, people get paid to do this?
Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a big racket.
I've been doing this for free for so long. What have I been doing?
Making the rest of us look bad.
Let's follow up on what some of the chat is saying here. Just lots of just random stuff.
They're just yelling at me.
They're yelling at you. Or is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Talking about the monitors. Somebody's saying that Britt is saying his Mac M1 Air runs Windows XP in QEMU pretty well.
Nice.
I would think so. John said, "Congrats, Joe and Joy. Thank you very much." Local talk, no.
No, you just need a USB-C to USB to serial, and then serial to local talk, and then phone net, and then.
How would you even do that, too? Like,
don't tempt me. I'll buy one just to do it.
It's like some sort of what process would you use it to bridge the Ethernet to the whatever? Because this thing doesn't have the protocols on it, so you would have to run.
You'd have to do an emulator or something. Yeah, see if. I mean, I have a USB to SCSI adapter, so technically you just do Thunderbolt to USB and then SCSI, and you're home free.
Done. Joe, how is the weight of the new MacBook Pro compared to the old one? Lighter. I can generally say that it's lighter. By how much? I can't say, but I would say that it's only slightly heavier than than my my MacBook Air, which is model is the A1932 MacBook Air, which is only about a year and a half old. So it's is only slightly heavier than that. So it is actually quite lightweight. I don't believe this has any fans in it either. Like, it makes no noise. So it's just
it's filled with anti-fan cream that cools it
there
off.
you go. Other questions. Javier is saying that looks awesome. Everybody, welcome to the Final Cut Pro tutorial. Yeah, sure. 8-bit filters. Somebody's asked me to put an 8-bit filter on it because it's 8 bits are all you need. Hey, CTR, how you doing?
I think there's a pixelate filter in there somewhere. It might be under
No,
blur or something. I don't know.
I have to go all the way here and
So many filters.
find it.
There is a search bar in the bottom, but I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, Pixel. Pixelate. It's called a pixelate.
Ah.
And then I could probably go to the pixelate filter and
Set it to the max.
Yeah, set it like there you go. Which actually, when you think about it, would just make it work. It would make it render faster because it has less to do.
You would think so. Let's test it.
So,
Put your money where your mouth is, Joe. Come on.
file, share, 1080p.
Learning how to use a trackpad with Joe.
Tune, save, go, waiting, going.
A little bit slower. I thought it was slower, but whatever.
Well, yeah, it's doing another filter, I suppose, so it has to go through the filter chain. But when you do pixelate, when you think about it, it's effectively reducing the screen resolution.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just doing it hush. So yeah.
You need to be somewhere in a spooky disco or something?
Well, no. That is my reminder to remind me to take my brain meds, and it's just going to keep going off until I can get a chance to.
Do you want to? I'll distract people.
What's that?
I'll distract people while you take your medicine.
Would you mind entertaining the wonderful folks for a minute while I go take care of that?
That is totally fine. I don't want you to drop dead. We like you. We like you a lot.
So I just need to find a way to put you on screen.
That's fine.
Add to stream solo layout. Everybody, have fun talking to Steve for a couple minutes while I go take care of something. I'll be right back.
I didn't think that was going to work, so I don't know what to do. But I will tell you about something really cool. Tinker Different is a community that myself and a bunch of other folks are preparing to launch, and this is a retro computing community. It's not live yet. It's going to go live on October 31st. TinkerDifferent.com, Tinker, different, obviously, .com. It's a play on Think Different, but it's a web forum and a community that is launching on October 31st. It's in a bit of a private testing thing right now, so we have a few people on there. Joe is on there. And I think it's going to be great. And it's just a place to share projects and tinkering arounds. And it's not just for Apple stuff. There's Atari groups and Amiga groups and all sorts of things on there. And good day, Michael. Nice to see you here. And so that's exciting. And I hope you guys will check that out when it launches. I know Joe has been one of our beta testers. We were just talking about Tinker Different. So, that's that. And I'm back. Oh, no, I'm not.
Welcome back. I'm just trying to figure out which format I want to use.
Keep me as small as possible. It's in my contract.
I will simply remove you from the stream, and then that'll be it.
Perfect. Bye.
No, you're fine. Hey, look, and Tinker Different themselves are actually in the chat right now. Say hi, everybody, to Tinker Different.
Yeah, Bruce has summoned himself as his alias there. And I'm going to have a copyright infringement on him, but that's okay.
But yeah, no, Tinker Different is going to be really super cool when that finally comes around. Can I change my... There we go. I'll go to Facecam just for a little bit. But, Tinker Different is going to be super awesome because it's going to be a wonderful, how can I put it, mixed media type of situation for all of the old retro computer lover stuff.
Yeah, and it's nice that it's not just Apple, it's not just Atari. It's gonna anybody who wants to join. And there's the groups that are there now have been set, but they're totally flexible. If there's a huge surge of people that want this specific device, sure, we'll add a group and talk about it. But that's what's so cool because I'm into Apple stuff right now, but if I all of a sudden discover, oh, I love this Game Boy, then I want to talk about this thing, and there'll be a group for games or something like that. So I think that's really neat.
And I'm definitely going to be on there because I've got a lot of stuff going on with my Apple II and Apple III stuff, especially on the Apple III side. I've been doing a lot of projects on that.
Yes.
So I do want to have the ability to share that to a wider audience and help do that for those people. Somebody, I believe it might have been Britt, was asking about the Titan 3 card, for example. Yes, I'm still working on that. If anybody doesn't know what the Titan 3 card
I know exactly what it is. I'm excited. I got the pleasure to have one in my house. It wasn't mine, but it was temporarily here.
Yeah, those things are rare as hen's teeth, but the upside is there's a double upside. One, it is not a complicated board. And two, somebody has already gone to all of the pain to extract the gal equations. So I don't have to pay some wonderful set of very highly trained engineers in China $600 a chip to reverse engineer.
Yeah, it's a bit pricey. And I thought the MacBook was pricey. That's
that project would take years to get done on my budget to get that done, but somebody has already pulled it. So the upside is I can spin some test boards, burn new gals, put it in the test board, and if the gals work, it's done. The project's done. And then I need to hunt down whoever ripped those gals and give them a little bit of a royalty or something for doing all the hard work. But whatever.
Oh, and hello, Logan. At the way the people that are saying hi.
Yeah.
Social obligation. Look at you and your fancy cords all hanging in a nice, pretty bunch there behind you.
All that? Oh yeah, see, I'm really good at framing my shot to make it look like the place is not a mess. What you don't see is all of that down there. That is the mess.
Oh, teach me, wise Jedi Master.
Step 1, shelves. Oh wait, you already did that.
Step 2, more shelves.
Step 2, good stat. Oh wait, you already do that. I don't know, Steve. You might be a little too far.
Less crap.
Less crap.
Step 4, ship it all to Joe.
Show. Michael, I just clicked show on your link there. Michael's doing some latest scan uploads for about the Apple III. So
cool.
That got shared there. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know what the Titan 3 card is, a lot of you guys are my Apple II guys here, so you're probably going to know what that is. The Titan card set is a pair of cards that turns an Apple III into a full Apple II with nearly 100%, or not Apple II, an Apple IIe, with nearly full 100% Apple IIe compatibility. So it basically makes the Apple III 2 computers in one. And people love those things and they want those things, and you can't find them because there was no market for the Apple III to begin with. So the Titans don't exist. And, so my wonderful friend Petter, a fellow Ohioan, moved to Texas, loaned me his card set. And he's like, Joe, I'll let you clone them as long as you put them back together and they work when you're done.
That's the big caveat there.
Yeah, I've already broken one trace that I'm going to have to do a repair on.
Don't tell anybody.
It's what happens, though. It just, you do your best you can. You put your soldering iron, everything on the lowest settings to try not to. Sometimes things pull up, but I make sure that I note all of that stuff so that I can do the repair. It's not, now that I have got this nice, microscope, thanks to my wonderful friend Steve here, who helped me figure out which one to get. I can do that repair, so it's no big deal.
Doesn't that make things like a billion times easier? My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, trying to do board level repair without one, I mean, it's doable, but it hurts, and then you run into situations with solder balls, the tiny little ones that do those bridges that you can't see and stuff without it. Yeah.
It just makes life a lot easier. Well, it looks like Adam wants to donate his Performa just to free up shelf space.
Yeah, he was talking to me about that on the side, and I might actually take him up on it.
Just because you could use it for Color Classic boards too. Why not?
Exactly. Because I've got a couple of them right here. I've got a couple Mac Classic boards right there. That my wonderful friend Javier Rivera sent me. to fix, along with another thing that I can't show you because it's an upcoming video, and I like to keep things close to the chest there.
You and your showmanship,
yeah.
darn you.
Yeah, I want to convert my Color Classic to be a Mystic to use with one of these. But then if I do that, I won't have a Color Classic to test people's Color Classic stuff if they send me a board to recap. So now I need
another. That's
thing, you know, and it's like it is what it is. So
yeah, they are interesting beasts.
Javier says, "Shush, Mom is the word." Come, Javier. I promise. I'm still waiting for parts from one vendor that I ordered 2.5 weeks ago, and I still don't have a shipping confirmation. That I can't do a full test until I get those parts. But once
we're waiting for a hook to come out the screen and just yank Joe.
Yeah,
off.
there you go. But yeah, so.
Oh boy.
Spoilers. Yeah, but this now I can actually hit stop on that. But
I'm alive, damn it! Stop.
This next video is going to be that I'm doing with Javier is going to be really super interesting. So
stay tuned.
If he wants to if he wants to put any notes in the chat about what that is, I'll let him do that. But I'm not going to do any spoilers. But it's going to
spill them beans.
The 550 chassis, Adam is saying, will run a Color Classic board. Yes, it will. I did some research on that. You should be able to throw a Color Classic in it, right in it, and it should just work.
Yeah, I think the software for the system enabler and junk like that, that's one of the things you have to be aware of. But
yeah. And if I were to end up doing that, I'll end up yanking. I'll put a compact flash card something in there. I'll load software specifically for it or whatever, and it'll basically just turn into like a Hypercolor Classic at that point. So yeah. But yeah, can the Color Classic after the Mystic upgrade take an Apple IIe card?
I don't see why not. I mean, the concern would be the resolution. So, yeah, the Mystic upgrade, I believe, changes the way the video circuitry does. I haven't done it myself, and I might be confusing it with some of the monitor-related upgrades. But Bruce is in the chat, and he'll be able to correct us. So why should I even bother racking my brain? Bruce, come on,
Bruce, answer.
He's actually done these things. I've just watched him do it and fall asleep with a bag of popcorn in my lap.
Yeah, so. I have to admit, last night I was watching his video on how to do the Mystic upgrade, the Mystic hack for the video resolution, just to make sure I understood it. So, Justin asked a question: what camera do you two use for your overhead bench view? In my case, I can actually, I can change camera views and kind of show you how I do it. Steve, you just kind of have it on a tripod and just like pull the screen, right?
I will answer Justin's question very easily. I don't have a above view camera. I've been thinking of setting one up, but the USB situation on my current streaming thing is not happy. So whenever I have like 2 or more cameras, it just like bugs out.
Yeah. So here's what I do. It's a little hard to see, but there I have a hole in my bench right here.
Oh.
So
is that where the candy goes?
What's that?
That where the candy goes?
That's where all the tiny 406 capacitors go when I'm trying to set them. But no, and then through here I have a mic stand. And I can I can undo the mic stand and pull it up through here. And the reason I did it this way is so that the camera is completely isolated from the bench. I can bump the bench, but the camera doesn't move.
Look at you being fancy.
Well, yeah, it's me hacking and cobbling together. Then I've got a bar like this with an adapter doodle on it, and then I can put that on top of there and tighten these things down.
That's neat.
If I can figure out how to do it correctly. Righty-tighty, Joe. Like that.
After all these years, I have to say the same to myself.
And so we'll lower it so you can actually see it. And so I've got
nice.
that crossbar. And then this is just one of those little holderly things that,
Yeah, see, I have one of those dealies, but it's on sort of like, like a lamp that has the arm and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of on one of those, and it's so lightweight that I have to use dead batteries, to weigh it down on one side.
It's like one of these thingies.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. So that's where I have the camera on when it's like facing me. Bruce has a fancy one where it's mounted to his ceiling, and that's what I want to do. But I'm going to be moving my streaming desk. Spoiler alert! And so I didn't want to do that before I moved it.
And so then oops, yep, the camera just went all over the place. I know. So then when I'm taking overhead shots,
hey, your floor is clean. I want a refund.
I can just do that, and then I can just work underneath here, just like
look
that.
At that.
I can raise and lower this whole thing. I can put it at different angles, get it closer, farther away, whatever I need to do the thing. You know.
Bruce is now paying attention, so if you want to yell your question into the void.
Bruce! He's HDMI camera is mounted to the ceiling of the shed. The studio, yes. It's important to call it a studio. Bruce, super quick question I had for you. That was... I don't remember the question. Yes. So if I do a Mystic upgrade to the Color Classic, can I put the 2E, the Apple IIe card in it and have it work correctly?
Yeah, the concern would be the video resolution. Does the Mystic upgrade, Bruce, change anything video related to the board, or am I thinking of the Tacky upgrade that modifies the Color Classic CRT to accept different resolutions?
His answer is, I don't know. Okay.
Well, come on, Bruce. That's not. Come on. You're in the future. You got to figure this out for us.
I have this sneaking suspicion it will actually work because I swear we talked about it in Kansas Fest 2019, the last time I was at Kansas Fest in person. I swear we were talking about it in the lobby at Kokorin Hall. We were just all hanging out, and somebody was like, the perfect mobile Apple IIe to bring to Kansas Fest is a Mystic upgraded Classic with the 2E board in it. Because then you can do pretty much any powerful Mac stuff you wanted to do it of the retro variety, but then you got an Apple IIe. So
yeah, I wouldn't see why. My only concern again would be the video resolution, because the Classic shipped with that CRT that could go into the video resolution that would be fine for the 2E card. The same with the LC, so that would be the only concern with that. But should be fine then.
Someone asked, Justin Morgan, what camera is it, Joe? Yes, I've talked about this a couple times. This camera right there is, I believe, an iPhone 8. The application I'm using right now is called DroidCam, because it has a little program I can put on my Windows computer, and I can stream video straight to the Windows computer. It'll work on a Mac too, but you stream the video straight into OBS, and then it's just a video source, just like anything else.
Well, that's neat.
So it's I can just take this. I could literally take this camera and just like take it upstairs with me and take you all on a ride.
Oh, and that's a free piece of software too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Me like it.
The little shaky cam I just did right there, but I just wanted to show that it just works. So I don't have to be tethered or anything like that. I don't have to have a stupid webcam that says it's 1080p but is really 720p upscaled. All of that. So yeah,
neat. Look at you being fancy.
House of Moth, Windows. I'm out. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. I grew up poor, and all the computers I had access to were old PCs, like scrap parts from my first job working at a PC shop. So deal with it. That's what I learned how to use.
There you go. But now you have a fancy new Mac to make.
Yeah, now I have a fancy new Mac, and I've got cool friends who can teach me how to use it.
So nanny.
But yeah. Excuses. I also like what other excuses do you want, Jay? I work in a Windows shop as my job.
We could have plenty of excuses. Just keep piling them on.
Yeah. No, it's fine though. With the performance of that Final Cut Pro though, oh man, it's given me like real reasons to want to do a switcheroo. Yeah,
I am very tempted to just like send you a Final Cut Pro project and run it on my maxed out 2012 Mac Pro and do just to see how quickly your low end machine just obliterates it. That's just absolutely obliterates it.
I mean, granted, I'm not trying to undersell or oversell this Mac. We are calling it a low end machine, but the reason we're saying that is it's because it's the entry level MacBook Pro.
Exactly.
This isn't the crazy one with the Macs with all of the cores and all the GPU and all that stuff. Yeah, this is just like I picked the lowest priced option they had and hit checkout.
Yeah, this ain't no Macintosh LC.
No.
Let's just say that.
That would be your Mac Mini. But yeah. But even then, the Mac Mini, I would almost willing to bet the Mac Mini would probably still render Final Cut Pro faster than this PC would.
Yeah, I mean, people were doing just like, benchmarks, which obviously that's just raw power. It's not anything related to, how something will actually work. But, in the raw benchmarks, it's like, oh yeah, this is twice as fast as the Air or the Pro or the Mini or whatever. But, in a real world test, I'd be very curious to say, here's your typical project that you shot on an iPhone HDR or 4K, whatever, and see how that, compares on, let's say, an older Intel Mac, and then, a base model M1 Air or whatever, and then like the new Pro that you have, and just for curiosity's sake. And I'm very tempted to just find a little project to put together that's like 10 minutes long, make it have a few effects in there, export that to a file, and then you download it and export it and see how fast yours goes.
Sure. Absolutely, I think that'd be a really cool thing to do.
Collaboration.
Yeah, and then like maybe on the next Mac Yak or something, we can. Or your next live stream or whatever, I can come on.
No, we'll get you on Mac Yak. It's been too long. You haven't been on it, so now you have to be on there. Now you have a Mac, so you have an excuse.
There you go.
You hear that, Bruce? Make room for him.
Museum Joe, Adam McGee, I want info on that 2GS monitor project. Are you talking about this thing? Is he talking about this thing?
That looked pretty.
Sorry, no PC users on Mac Yak.
No, Jay doesn't count. He's not a Mac Yak anyway.
I'm trying to think about how to answer Adam's question. So my brain just reset. It's getting late. So I made this cool little thing. If this is what he's talking about. Right there, this little thing right there.
And what does that thing do, Joe?
This is a really cool thing. This is a universal video adapter for the Apple III. Again, I'm trying to give the Apple III some love since it's not getting any love. What it does is it takes the RGB out of the Apple III, which is the Apple III RGB is like some non-standard binary crap. It's some TTL RGB weird thing. It doesn't make any sense. And so I take that, and using the ROM chip you saw in there, I convert the the digital video signal from the Apple RGB TTL to CGA TTL. So you can plug it into a CGA monitor, and it has some relatively close semblance of the original colors on the Apple III. So if you have a CGA monitor, which should be still relatively cheap and easy to find right now, and you want a color monitor for your Apple III, you can do that. Or in this case, if you have the analog RGB monitor here from an Apple IIgs, there's also all of this magic right here is analog digital. It's a digital to analog converter, basically, that converts those digital color signals into analog color signals to allow you to plug a full analog RGB monitor into your Apple III and actually get real color out of your Apple III. The thing about most Apple III owners is that they don't have color for this thing because this thing doesn't really output a good color signal. The primary signal coming out of it that most people use with those III monitors is pure monochrome. So there's no color signal there.
And it really burns your retinas.
Yes, there you go. And when you plug that into a color screen, it's just black and white. There is a color video output on the back of it, but it comes out that 15-pin connector. It comes out one of these connectors. And it's just it's just one of the pins. So even then, you got to create an adapter. So if I'm going to create an adapter, I'm going to create a universal adapter that puts out CGA, color NTSC, and 2GS RGB capability all at the same time. You get one adapter, it'll do any video that you want to put out of the Apple III. So I have the test boards coming in from China in the next couple weeks, and if they work. So hopefully that answers Adam's question.
Yes, I got that shirt from Joe. Javier was asking about the.
Oh yeah. Javier, did I get the shirt from you? I think I got that shirt from you. I think.
And then the polo shirt. I think that's what he was referring to.
And then you got the shirt from him that I sent to you through me. Yeah. Uh-huh. Weird loop-de-loops. I was wanting to come to VCF East and give it to you in person, but I couldn't make it because I had to watch folks who were susceptible from the
Oh, of course, yeah.
reunion tour, as certain YouTubers are calling it, and I couldn't make it this year. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because I remember Joe was like, "Hey, would you wear this?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I don't usually wear polo shirts because I always like get itchy." And then I got it, and I'm like, "Oh, ooh, it's cozy."
Adam McGee is asking if that can make an Apple III run that monitor, then it will work with an Apple II eRGP card because the Apple II eRGP card video output is identical to the RGP output of the Apple III. I just doubled the market for my card.
Mind blown.
That is awesome. So yeah, it'll be a double universal card. Cool.
Double universal.
So basically, if people have the RGB, because the Apple Color 100 monitor is even rarer than the RGB card for the Apple II, they could use that adapter with the RGB card, but then use it with a 2GS monitor or a CGA monitor and get like good high. Okay, cool. I'll take it.
That's neat.
Adam I want to be first in line for that adapter. Yep, you're already on my list. I think I mentioned it on the Facebook enthusiast group, and you're already on that list. So
that's awesome. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off and go on to Final Cut Pro and prepare a juicy project for you.
Sounds good, and I await that. Thank you again, Steve, for coming by and hanging out. That wasn't necessary.
Of course, anytime.
Always welcome, and I appreciate you coming by and being my wingman tonight.
Are you doing anything Thursday?
This Thursday, probably hanging out and waiting for to hear what's going on with Mac Yak. So
okay, we'll keep in touch.
Sounds good.
Well, thanks for having me, Joe. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for
good luck with your new toy.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. So that was Steve, everybody. And if you don't know Steve, like why? Steve's awesome. Go check him out on Mac Yak and Mac 84, where he does a cool, super awesome things. And again, super thanks to him for stopping by and being my wingman tonight. So yeah, that was me playing with the MacBook Pro, unboxing and goofing off with that thing. And it's going to get a lot of extra use tonight because it's going to immediately go into service to replace my old MacBook Pro, which can barely stream YouTube videos, which is primarily what I'm using it for. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool to see that that Final Cut Pro project and see the comparison of that export. I think that'll be fun. So at this point, I'm pretty much done with the unboxing. I mean, it is what it is, right? I'll take a little bit more time to just talk about what's going on in the Joe's Computer Museum world and get you all up to speed on my crazy antics. We already talked about the Apple III the RGB adapter. That's cool. We talked about the Titan 3 adapter that I'm putting together. Can you guys see my face? Is that slightly better? That's better. What else is going on? I got a project I'm working with Javier on. We have a couple of projects that all I can say is I'm working with Mac Effects on that may or may not occur based on how things with his Kickstarters go. So we'll see what that is. And I am having a lot of fun helping out the other folks in the community with a lot of these little projects, these side things that I'm doing. So that's been real fun. Tom is asking me if you need someone to benchmark a regular M1 with Final Cut. I have a mini and can help out. Yeah, that'll be really cool. Tom, remind me in Discord, and maybe you and Steve and I can share that project and kind of do a three-way comparison. That'd be really cool. Lemon Herb, which is Herb from the Apple II enthusiast community. Any updates on the 2C replacement keyboard project? Yeah, that was one of the projects we were working with Mac Effects on, and that was announced at Kansas Fest this year. For those who are here but don't know about that, basically, Mark Jazadis and Javier Rivera and I came up with the idea to do a replacement keyboard for the Apple IIc. The original Apple IIc, not the Plus, because a lot of the keyboards, or a lot of the earlier versions of that, came with really crappy keys on the keyboards. So the idea was just make a replacement keyboard that was better, that you could just swap in if you had one of those crappy keyboards. But then Javier came up with this random idea in the middle of nowhere. Joe, can you make the keyboard light up? And I'm like, okay. So then I designed that, and we debuted that at Kansas Fest this year. The problem with that is there are some production problems in the Chinese production space right now, where Mark of Mac Effects has a lot of the, how can I put, the mass production heavy lifting put together. Because if I'm going to build 100 or 200 of those, I can't do that myself. There is no way that I could. Those things are incredibly labor intensive. So it works best to farm that out as a big project to a factory that can build it. But with COVID restrictions and some other trade war weirdness that's going on there, there's been a large delay in getting that done. Hopefully that backlog will open up soon, and then Mark will be able to have those out for public release at some point. But he's got a lot of processes he's got to do. He's got to find keycaps, or somebody who can make the actual caps for the keys. He's got to find batches of the actual key switches. The PCBs themselves are easy as heck to make. I can make 100 of those. That's not a problem. But then you have to find the right manufacturer that can put the components on both sides of the boards, the little surface mount components I did for the LEDs and stuff. And yeah, there's a whole process there. Adam said he got to play with the 2C prototype board. It has a good feel, although he's still waiting for new Mac Effects 2E keyboards. And yeah, the 2E keyboards are being backlogged for the exact same reason. There's a lot of crazy production issues in China right now. So he's having a lot of problems getting the factories to get stuff completed for him. And the reason that 2C keyboard prototype felt good is because it is using the exact same key switches from the high quality Apple IIc Alps keyboard that was produced back in the 80s. Mark was able to find exact copies of those. I don't know if they're actually Alps or in their copies, but they're the exact same switch. So that's why it feels good, because it's a properly designed keyboard. So yeah. And he's having problems getting things shipped, and yeah, Mark's having lots of issues. So other things, somebody else asked another question. Your streams are always fun. Now connect a soft card to the MacBook. A soft card? Soft card? What's a soft card? Brain is failing me at the moment. I don't know what you're talking about. Jeremy Breckles is asking if I'm doing anything for December. I don't have any specific plans right now, but I have plenty of old DOS machines back here. I have basically a nice lineup of actual true IBM machines from the 5150 all the way up to a 486. So I might just break one out and play with it. I don't know. Oh, a soft card, a Z80 soft card. I knew that sounded familiar. No, but we've got one over here. I've got an Apple III soft card, if you want one, that goes in the Apple III. That's another project I did recently, was cloning the Apple III soft card. So the Microsoft soft card for the Apple III. So if you want one of those for your Apple III, you can get one of those as well. Thomas says he has the RGB card. They make a VGA card for the RamWorks too. I have one of those as well. Yes. Does that guy know about Macs? Are you talking about Steve? Yeah, I think it is a little bit about Macs. USPX works better than Canada Post, and I can confirm that because right here, if you guys remember, and maybe this person is actually watching the live stream right now, one of the folks that won something, won one of the little things from the one of the little Apple doodads, one of the extra second prizes from our Apple IIc giveaway, was in Canada, and I tried to ship that to them, and Canada couldn't get it to him for some reason and shipped it back to me. I don't know why. So now I'm going to have to go through whatever process to figure out why this didn't get there, and I might have to ship it via UPS instead of through the mail. I don't know, to get this person their prize. So yeah, Canada is doing a little weird. Delicious apples. I do have a Zenith Data Systems computer that I can't figure out how to resurrect. Okay, that might be a fun thing to do. Adams, I need an Apple III. I've got a Microsoft soft card, one for the Apple II. Yeah, and the soft cards for the Apple II were everywhere. They were everywhere because it was one of the most popular ways to run software on your Apple II in the beginning, so run CPM. Herb, do you have any plans on cloning yourself to double your output? You have no idea how much I'd love to be able to do more stuff. But a lot of everything that I have going on right now is so back channel, time consuming, boring crap. Do you guys want me to do like super chill lo-fi live streams of me designing PCBs, or like doing paperwork for my website? Like a lot of the little stuff that I do in the background that takes me away from actually producing stuff is just background crap that is utterly boring. So if I could clone myself, do you think you would want two of me around? A lot of you only know me on the surface. I am an absolutely weird person. I'm not sure you want two Joes hanging around the world. I don't know. It's a 286 8 megahertz car on a card going into a backplane. What does that do exactly? UPS would be an expensive way because they charge at least $30 to clear package to customs. Yeah, but see, Herb, that's okay in this case because this is just a giveaway. I just want to get this gift out to this person, and the entire point of this giveaway was to foster community, and I can't foster community with everything if I can't get the thing the guy won to him because some post office decided they didn't want to tell him his box was there or whatever. I don't know. So domain renewal paperwork rocks. No, it doesn't. Do a stream on calling CenturyLink and how they don't know what peering is. Are you talking about that CenturyLink tweet that I did earlier in the week? Oh man, that was funny. Long story, but I had a client whose public IP address programmed into their firewall on the public interface was one IP address, but what is my IP? Finders gave me a completely different IP address, so I couldn't get into the client's network from the outside with a VPN connection because CenturyLink was eating the network somewhere. I have no idea how it even functions. No idea. But I complained about it on Twitter, and then they tried to help me on Twitter, and they failed miserably at helping me on Twitter too, so whatever. Final Cut Pro 4K 1080p mix sample is done and 7 gigabytes in size. I'm sure we can find some way to send it to me. Do the Windows thing and put it in a 7-zip file to make it slightly smaller. Phone net cables catch on fire. Yeah, Herb. I don't know. Did you see that CenturyLink replied to my response to your tweet? Yeah, and then they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do the whole if we can help you, let us know." And then I actually started DMing that guy or private, whatever it's called in Twitter, the direct message thing. And he wasn't able to help me. So he started asking things about what's your social security number, and I'm like, I'm not giving that crap over Twitter. Go away. So for all I know, it was a fake account. I don't know. Sinister Pisces. I keep reading that as pieces. I'm sorry. Sinister Pisces. I'd actually love a live stream on PCB design. That's still deep magic to me. Yeah, PCB design is kind of a crazy thing, and it depends on how far you want to go. I might be a good resource to show you how to get started, but not necessarily how to do some really advanced stuff. For advanced PCB stuff, you might want to actually look at some of the stuff that Kai Robinson is doing with the Mac SE boards. But I use a combination of either Sprint Layout or Sprint Layout. It's a German program that is really good for copying existing boards because it has the ability to import a high-resolution image of or scan a copy of the board you're copying, and then you can draw over top of it. Or it's also good for just doing really quick things. I can show one here on the screen in just a second. The other one that a lot of people are actually use is KiCad, because it's a full suite where you can actually design your board as a schematic and then copy the net list, as it's called, where the different things connect to each other, copy the net list into the PCB design program, and then design your PCB that way. And it basically shows you the connections between all the bits and pieces, and it makes it easier for more complex boards. And then you can use Eagle, which is what all the fancy professional people do, but I don't have that. You're not allowed to end the stream until we do this. Apparently, I've been drafted by Steve to see how long it's going to take to do this in code. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. In the meantime, let me set up my screen to see if I can share it. That is the wrong screen. Stand by. And I'll show you some of my design stuff while I'm at it. Adam said, I designed a PCB. It only took 3 tries to get PCBWay to send me one that the components fit on. There are some tricks to doing that. Yeah. I want screen cap left. Yes. Screen cap left, and then I can put that up there. Can you all see that? Yeah. So this is the final version of this. So this is the you can see in the tiny screen in the lower right corner. This is the initial version, and if I flip it over here, you might be able to see some bodge wires I put on there, because this is the beta version, the test version. What you see on the screen is what the final version of this board is going to be. As long as there are no faults in the design. Anyway, you like the smiley face. Oh, I forgot to put the smiley face back on. Oh no. Oh no. I want that on the back side of the board. No, I want it on the front side of the board. I gotta find a place to fit it in. Will it go right here? Yep, it's gonna go right there. So yeah, this is Sprint Layout 6.0. They call it Sprint because it's designed for very, very, very fast designs. Basically, you can just like create a track and draw a track and do the thing right like that. Oops, I ended up moving that. Go back, smiley face. Go back. Save. You can set down pads, tracks, S&D pads, which are basically just little rectangular pieces of copper. Setting the outlines and doing all of the different things. And it's not attached to a schematic or a schematic program. It just, whoop, you can just slam stuff down on the board and get it done. It does have some over here at the side. It has some pre-designed resistor sizes for through holes, capacitor through holes, S&D components and stuff for a lot of the standard sized components. Some of this then will require you to have a little bit of knowledge of the components you're planning to use ahead of time. But, you know, for quick and dirty stuff, it is really good for that process. What we can see right now, I have all of the layers enabled. The C1 top copper layer, the S is the silk screen, so that's the white writing on it. Are you interested in an EEPROM program for those 8K PC type ROMs? For what purpose? Tom Barber, what software is that? I mentioned that just a few seconds ago. You may not be able to see it on the screen there. It is Sprint Layout 6.0. You can get that. It is a German application. You can get it from a German company. Let me see if I can find that. Sprint Layout. It's electronicsoftwareshop.com. I will give you a link in the chat real quick. There you are. So that's where you can get that software. Sprint Layout, again, just makes it super easy. Top copper, top silk screen is in red, and I can turn that off, for example. See, I can turn the words on and off. The bottom copper the bottom silk screen, which there's nothing there, and then I can turn the outlines off, which is the outside edges of the board. You might be able to see it right along down in here. I'm turning that off. So you can turn off different layers to check for conflicts, for example. So that's everything is off except for the top copper layer. So it allows you to look for that. So yeah, and then you basically you design the top side of your board and the bottom side of your board, and you route everything and connect all of the things, and that's it. This board has some interesting features on it. I can go over that. For example, right here, this is a set of top and bottom surface mount pads that is designed to work with one of these little solder cup things, like this, right? So that allows me to connect that onto the board right there. And then I have one here for the 9-pin connector, or one right here for the 9-pin connector for CGA. And then I have another one right here for the 15-pin connector for the Apple IIgs monitor, so that you plug your Apple IIgs cable directly into that. And then this right here, it's kind of hard to see because of the way it's designed. Right here is where an RCA jack will go for the NTSC composite video out. And then all of this magic in the middle is just the bits and pieces that do that. Various capacitors, transistors, resistor, a lot of this stuff right in the middle there is the resistor network for the digital to analog converter that picks a color and then converts it to the right voltage levels for the analog video. This here is a ROM that takes the bit inputs for that mean different colors to the Apple II or to the Apple III, and converts it to the bit patterns that mean the same color or close to the same color for CGA. So it's taking one binary number and converting it to a different binary number, and I'm just using a ROM for that. There's no fancy PLA or CL or microcontroller or straight CPLD or FPGA. It's literally just a ROM because it'll do it, and they're cheaper than any other solution I can find. So yeah, that's basically what that is. Where do I plug in my Tamagotchi? I don't, why? What, like, I don't get it. Sinister Pisces, your keyboard sounds so satisfying. Yeah! My keyboard, and for all of you Mac users in the chat, you're going to hate it. My Mac keyboard, or my keyboard that I'm typing on right now, right here, is an original IBM Model M keyboard, which all the PC fanboys in the chat are gonna love, because it is like a 15-pound keyboard. It is certified as a deadly weapon. It is tough as nails, and it is chonky, clicky. It is delicious. It is absolutely wonderful keyboard. It is excellent to type on. This keyboard is older than me, and it just works. So I can't complain. And the crazy thing too is it's a PS2 style keyboard, and this nearly brand new Ryzen PC with 32 cores in it has a PS2 port in it, so the keyboard just plugs straight into it. I don't have to even use a USB converter for it. It's weird. Yeah, Sinister Pisces, track down a Model M. You're gonna love it. You are going to absolutely love that keyboard. Did you design it, Joe? Are you talking about this actual board right here on my screen? Yes, I did design this. I designed this from the ground up. There are a couple things. This is a mixed design, so everything right there in the middle here is a adaptation of design published by Apple in the back of the Apple III user guide or manual or something that talks about being able to convert the Apple III video output to a standard RGB output, which is what I did. And then I just converted, or I connected the pins on the back side here to go to the correct pins for an Apple IIgs. monitor. That's all it was. So this is kind of this part in here, the middle part in there is an Apple design. This part right here, the magic of the conversion to CGA, that was my own, I don't want to use the term research, but my own design of mapping the video, the colors, the binary numbers that come out of the port that represent what colors in the Apple III, how they would map to the CGA, and then creating a one-to-one map so that basically as the, how can I put it? The data that comes in from the Apple III comes in on the address lines of the ROM, which then select specific memory locations in the ROM. Those memory locations then output the converted bit values that CGA is expecting, and then those are routed over down here to the CGA pins, basically. So it's kind of a mixed design of those two things. And when it's done, it'll basically, just as it says there, you'll be able to plug this into this port right here directly into the back of your Apple III and connect just about anything you want to it, short of a VGA monitor, because the VGAs aren't the same as the Apple II GS analog monitor. So Apple II GS monitors usually only like 7 pins on DB15, right? Yes. If you hang on a second, I can actually grab it and take a look at the pins. Where is the cable? Where did I put my cable? My cable is missing. I'm going off screen. I am off the reservation. Cable. Yep, here's the cable. I found it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It uses 8 pins. 8 pins. Face cam, so you can see full resolution. 8 pins. Yep. It is red, green, blue, horizontal sync, vertical sync, ground, and something else. Yeah. That's all it uses. 8 pins is all you need. Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. That is really neat, Joe. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that greatly. So that's what's going on. So folks were asking what I was doing with PCB design. So that's that. At some point we could even maybe not on this stream, but we could stream something where I actually design something from scratch using a schematic. We could take a schematic and show you how you would design a PCB based on that using this application, then show you how to export that. Steve, do you have a file server I can slap some files on, Joe? No. But I'm trying to think what you could do. I could give you a Google. Can you Google Drive it to me or something like that, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Technically, I do have a file server. My web server could do that, but it doesn't work well. So, yeah. It's not fully properly set up to allow folks to upload files there. Yours just kind of sat there at 50% for no reason. Honestly, Steve, I think there might be something going on in a Google data center on the East Coast because YouTube was eating comments earlier as well. So something might be fun going on. Sinister Pisces, my 2020 server motherboard has a PS2 connector but no audio outside from the PC beeper speaker. Bizarre. That actually, the server having PS2 but not having sound actually makes perfect sense to me in the PC world. Yeah. Jeremy is asking, would be interested in the Zenith desktop that I mentioned earlier? That is a very good question. I am always open to discussion of donations to the museum as long as I have space and time to give them the proper attention that they deserve. Right now, I do not have enough space or time to give that the attention it deserves. I've been doing trying really hard to put as much as my focus right now in my old 8-bit machines until I exhaust that, and then I might branch out into some other stuff. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for offering that to me. Keep it in your back pocket, but I don't want that / need that right now. So FTP on new Mac, set up for the new Mac. How about a PCB for an IBM extender card? What do you mean, Thomas? How about a PCB for an IBM extender card? Educate me on what extender card you're talking about. Doobie-doo. Sorry. Javier is like sending me text messages on the side. But yeah. So brain reset. Wow, evening, 10 p.m. Cool. So what else is going on in the Joe's Computer Museum world? Too many gosh darn things, too many things. I have so many, as you saw, any of you who saw earlier on the stream, maybe you didn't, I've got just piles of stuff going on down there. Behind the bench over here. And just make sure I don't have any addresses or anything for clients visible now. Over here, the bench here you can see is full of stuff. And even back behind the bench down there are boxes of projects. I've got a Mac SE. I basically have an entire Mac SE in parts that needs to be built into a clear case. So that's going to be something that happened. Joe Discorded you. The file upload is done. Okay, so apparently we're going to have this shootout tonight. I've got this right here just came in today. Somebody shipped me an Apple II GS motherboard to fix. I've got another person shipping me a Color Classic, not a Color Classic, just a Mac Classic, a straight Classic board to repair, which unfortunately I can recap, but I can't test because I don't have Classic here to test it with. But I can recap it. Somebody sent me, Steve sent me a thing. Stand by. Uploaded, doing the drive. If I download that straight to my Mac, it will save some time. Stand by. So we're going to do that. So those who are coming to the stream just now, who may have missed some of the earlier bits and are wondering why we're not doing MacBook Pro stuff, we're getting back into it. So Steve challenged me to see how quickly I'm just going to do new project, call it a new cancel. I'm just going to minimize that. He wants to see how fast Final Cut Pro will do this specific project render compared to how his Final Cut Pro does the specific project render on the same or on different Macs. So we can do that test. He wants to hop back up on StreamYard. That is perfectly fine. Go ahead and jump in, Steve, whenever you like. And I will let you back in. And I just need to get this 7 GB file downloaded to my MacBooker. Stand by. So I need to go here and go to Drive, Google.com. I need to log in to the thing, go to Drive. Actually, I need to log into Discord to download it, because that's where he sent me the link. Steve is back!
I'm back!
Back to Mac, man.
Yes. Sorry to keep you up for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, because it's only going to take that long to render. Is that the joke?
Well, I started rendering, and I started a stopwatch, and I am 20% of the way through at 45 seconds. So yours should blow this away, hopefully.
Well, we're going to see here in just a second. I just need to get logged into Discord on the new Mac. Also make sure, okay, cool.
Do you want me to email you that link? Is that easier?
Oh, no, this is just as easy. It's going to take me just as long to get into Discord as it is, because it's a brand new machine. I have nothing saved on it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And because I don't use iCloud, I didn't pull it all over. I got to type it all in. That'll
give my computer time to actually render the video. And So to answer the question that Dave is asking, Joe has the starting line. I guess we were calling it low end, but it's the first model that you could buy, the lowest cost model. Let's say the 14-inch MacBook Pro. So
save this password. Yes, now that I am logged in, I can actually download it. So I need to go find Steve on the Discords.
check your messages.
He sent me a link. I need to go to click that button.
I had to find the one Google Drive account that I have that did not have space taken up.
Folder download. And it's you have two different files. One is the project.
Yeah, so one is the XML file, which is basically like the project, and then the media files are what the project will link to. So you'll need both of them because I was stupid enough not to include one in the zip. But the zip file is like 6 or 7 gigs, so that might take a bit if you're not on Ethernet. But
oh well, my internet's not fast enough to
make a difference.
We're
anyway.
nearest. It's not going to throttle my Wi-Fi at all.
Okay.
So I'm downloading it straight to the Mac, so then I'm not like downloading it to the PC, then copying to the Mac.
Smart.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. So I'm about 50% of the way through, and that's taken about 2 minutes and 20 seconds so far. So this should be like a 5-minute render-ish for my machine.
Okay.
It's an 11-minute and 17-second project. And it's a mix of 4K HDR that the iPhone 13 Pro shot and some 1080p content that my DSLR shot. So it's a interesting mixed footage. I'm just exporting at 1080p, Apple device, whatever thing is the thing. But I'll walk you through importing that project once all the files are on.
Perfect, because I'll have no idea what to do with all this stuff on my Mac. In the meantime, I can move my camera back over here
and it's a preview of a video I haven't released yet. A cut down version of it. Otherwise, you would be there all day downloading all the crap.
and the camera actually died here because it ate the battery. So now I'm put it back on.
We have time.
Yeah. We have all the time in the world until I fall asleep on stream.
I can't entertain people for that long, Joe. Quick, wake up!
You nothing's going on. You hear the furnace turning on and off and me snoring. And it's like 8 hours of me snoring, and then I wake up and I'm like, what? I have to go to work.
Crap.
and what you put your intro music video in the background on loop.
It's just on a loop.
and everybody
subscribe.
Yeah. Nothing but advertising for Mac 84.
What else do you expect from me? I don't know.
So, yeah, here we go. I have to restart this application and go to this thing and click this thing and close this and reload it. Blah, 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 blah. My download is still going. Progress on that is approximately 2 minutes.
Yay!
Droid Cam. I need my Droid Cam app up again so you can see my screen.
I love how you balance boxes on top of your CRTs as well.
Absolutely. The reason that's there specifically is because this is the next thing I'm working on, but this is more important. So the next time, and I'll forget about this because this is for a client. Because of course it's for a client, I'll forget it, right? And so I put that there, so I'll see. Like, oh, that thing.
That's the thing I got to do.
That's my weird organizational schedule. That's how I do.
Oh, you don't want to know my weird organizational schedule.
Put it in the basement. I'll get to it eventually. Right?
Shh! You told everybody.
Smash that like button for 8 hours. You're allowed to smash the like button as much as you want, as long as you do it an odd number of times.
Yes, and if you're not subscribed to Joe's Computer Museum, what the heck are you doing here?
Yeah, like why are you even watching me stream if you're not subscribed?
I mean, come on. Do what you have to do.
Sinister Pisces says, I miss old Mac model names. It really helped me feel pointlessly nerd superior when I knew how to decode them. Yeah. Here I am 40 years later, and I still don't know how to decode them.
Yeah, even I get confused. Wait, that's the Performa 630. No, wait, the 635. No, wait, it's the...
What's the difference between this and that? literally the name badge on the front.
Yeah. What's the difference between a Performa 200 and a Classic 2? The badge. That's maybe the software. That's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Dave
gosh.
is asking, what MacBook are you using? So, I don't know if he means that for the render, or he just generally wants to know what MacBook you're using.
So I am using a 2012 Mac Pro, so sometimes referred to as the Classic Mac Pro. It is a 5,1 model, so it is the last of the generation of the silver towers before they went to the lovingly called trash can models. And it is a dual 3.06 6-core Intel Xeon machine, and it has 38 gigabytes of memory. And it has a AMD Radeon RX 580 8GB video card, and it has Open Core on it to allow for that speedy HVEC/H.265 encoding and decoding, which is not as speedy at the moment because we're 7 minutes and 30 seconds into the render, and it just finished. Okay, 7 minutes and 28 seconds was it, and it was at like 88% on the progress bar when it finished.
28 seconds. Cool. So stand by. I'm going to change screens real quick so you can see my Mac screen, so you can help me click the buttons because I'm a Mac noob.
Sure.
I need to click that button.
Now I am running Mojave, and I am running an older version of Final Cut Pro, but those differences should be negligible to what we're going to do. So
cool. So
all right. So is everything all downloaded?
Yep, I got all the files.
All right, well, let's put me into a small view so we can see your screen bigger, a.k.a. so I can see your screen bigger.
Sure. Mini Steve!
Mini Steve! All right, so first thing you want to do is decompress that massive zip file that's on your machine.
Mm-hmm. Click a button, it already did it.
Oh, sweet. All right, so those are all the source files. Nice. So those are some music clips and some PNG files and some videos and junk for my video. And then, did you download that XML file as well?
Yes. I just need to find my downloads and see that the folder is there.
Sweet.
It's all there automatically. Yep, it's all
there.
All
right, cool. So go to Final Cut Pro. Let's see if I remember how to do this correctly. And go to the File menu and go to Import. And it should say something like XML. Yeah, there you go.
Click the button, go find it, downloads. Doink.
There you go. And import that. It may ask you, hey, this is an older version, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that's good. So it's like missing file. So see how it says VCF East? So you want to double click on the project that says VCF Sample. Double click on that. And everything is red because obviously the folders on my system are different from the folders on your system. Mm-hmm. So what you need to do is you need to relink them, which is fairly easy. So all you want to do is go to the timeline and click anywhere on the timeline, and then do a Command A to select all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to go to the File menu and go to Relink Files and select Original Media.
And then point it to...
And then point it to exactly where that zip file unzipped. You should have everything.
All.
Yeah, just going to say, we want to touch your files. Yeah.
Then I need to go to Downloads to...
Yep.
Yeah, okay, fine. Go here.
And that folder, and just, click Change, and that should do everything. Oh, and it just didn't like the MP3. Let me just send that to you, because that's a small little guy. Just so we're comparing apples to apples here. We don't want anyone to say, but he didn't send over the MP3 file, therefore this test is invalid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what voice that was, but it was a bad one. So we're going to find this audio file here. And that's actually on the YouTube audio library, so I will just send you a URL. You could download it.
Perfect.
And you should see most of the media. You might want to just mute your system, otherwise it's going to make weird noises as you scrub the video. But let me just find this song for you here.
I'm just trying to find you so you can give me Linkadoodle.
Sure, I'll send it on whatchamacallit. What's the fancy thing these days? Discord. That's it.
Yeah, that's where I am.
All right, so let's just go to the. If it would help if I had Discord open. I had it open like 10 seconds ago. It would help if I had it open.
Someone's asking a weird YouTube question. Is the per user report block feature in the YouTube live chat new? I don't remember seeing that little drop down. I don't know. I don't even have that open.
Per user report. That's it. Good question.
I do not see that on my computer.
Oh boy.
I know there's a way to like on a user you can click the little dots and like then like report them or remove that user.
Yeah, you could report or block them. That has been the report block has been around for a while. So if that's I think I know what they're referring to now. But all right, I sent you the MP3 file. It's a free YouTube thing, so it's not going to do any content matches or anything.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. So then I can click this and select locate all, locate selected, and then that's just my downloads.
Yeah, see, now you're Final Cut Pro expert. Look at you go.
And I'm going to click relink files.
And then that nasty red icon should go away.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. All right, so now if you click on the project, again, that red icon, it should like go away because everything. There we go. Mm-hmm. Sweet. So now here's the test, folks. There's me. Oh my goodness. So now we're gonna see how blazingly fast yours is.
Oh, it's background rendering. What is it doing?
Oh yeah, you have background rendering turned on. I have that turned off. So let's just have it a fair shot here. Go to Preferences. So under the Final Cut Pro menu, go to Preferences. Mm-hmm. And under I think it's under Playback. There's a background render checkbox. Just uncheck that. Fine. Okay, and then on your select the project again, just so we're all squaresies here. Yep. Once you have the project selected, I'm gonna just mimic the same thing you're doing. Go to the File menu and go to Delete Generated Project Files. It's sort of toward the bottom there.
Delete generated event files?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Whatever, same thing. And just select everything to that'll basically delete anything that was rendered. So we're off to a good start.
So we're
sweet.
Even Steven.
We should be, hopefully, maybe.
Got
Who knows? So now
this is it's turning into if anybody wants to know how to use Final Cut Pro and get started, you can do that.
I will only charge you the price of an M1 Pro.
Each of you individually.
Yes.
And then I'll sell them online for $6,000 a piece.
Shh! Don't tell anybody that part.
On a polka dot towel. Moving on.
All right, so here we go. So go to File, Share, and select Apple Devices 1080p. That's what I selected.
Share, Apple Devices.
And if it gives you the option under the Settings tab to be higher, better quality, that's what I chose. I chose the better quality instead of the faster encode, and that's the only difference there.
Okay.
And hit save. And wait, let me start a stopwatch. Hold on. And go. All right.
There it goes. We can bring that up and look at it.
What percentage is it at? I'm excited. Oh, that is... We're past 11% already. This is ridiculous. We're not even at a minute. We're not even at 30 seconds yet. We're at 25 seconds, and it's a quarter of the way done. My goodness.
Sinister Pisces. This is going to be great. Ford versus Ferrari, but with more Max and less Matt Damon.
We're at 40 seconds, and we're at 30. This is like, wow, this is crazy. It is basically doing a percentage a second,
Yes.
Or what? I'm no mathematician.
It's going to take approximately 100 seconds. So
this
it's
is nuts.
2 minutes.
Yeah, so we're just at the 1 minute mark now, and we're at 50%.
Yep. That is nutty.
Yeah, so this whole thing took me 7 minutes and 28 seconds to export. Granted, I did have footage on an external spinning drive, but I was exporting to a solid-state internal drive, but obviously everything on yours is the blazing fast solid-state stuff, so that gives you, obviously, an advantage. I mean, everything gives you an advantage. A brand new machine. So we're at 65.
I'm checking the heat, by the way.
Oh, yes.
I'm just doing a thing where I'm checking the keyboard around here to see what's warm. There is a slight warm area right here.
Slightly warm. I'm sure my MacBook
above room temperature.
I'm sure my Mac Pro
My
could cook an
bias
egg
to
right
play.
now.
Apparently, I hit play accidentally.
How dare you? Yeah, and so your progress bar has stopped. Mine does that too. It pauses when it's like saving the actual data sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will slow down towards the later half, which is mine started to very quickly, and then it quickly was like, no.
Yeah, there's
So
like no heat. Of course, there's no fan, so the thing makes no noise. Steve
Let me
Jobs-
know when it. Let me know when it reaches 80%. Oh, okay, now I can see it. Great,
Almost.
because I'm recording down the time as they come.
Now.
All right, so that's 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Mine stopped at the 88% mark, which is when it was done writing to the disk, I believe. So it should be done fairly soon.
Almost there. Oh my God. I'm looking at the number of people watching right now, and they're 17. And I'm like, why? Like, I love that you're all here, and I thank every single one of you for stopping by to hang out.
Why not, Joe? That's the answer you should be asking. The question you should be asking.
I don't know, because it's not my normal channel content. It's just weird off the cuff faffing about.
And that's what people like.
They came for you, Steve, is what it is. I'll just put it that way.
When I tweeted it out, I didn't mention anything about me.
Yeah, and it looks like it stopped at 88 there again. Yep.
All right, so it's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So still, there it is. Yep. So 3 minutes and 33 seconds. It took me 7 minutes and 28 seconds, and that is on again a dual processor, 3.0 gigahertz, 6-core Intel Xeon 12-core Mac Pro, 38 gigs of memory, 5.1 model.
Yep.
Oof.
And this
Yours is just a little itty bitty laptop.
Yep. I can only imagine what the heck.
Come on!
Wow.
Look how big this thing is, and the side's off because it doesn't fit there anymore.
That's
But
just just imagine that, folks. Imagine that comparison. That is insane. Thing didn't get hot. It doesn't get loud. It, yeah. Like I don't even know. I can't even wrap my head around it. And
that is nuts.
The high end one.
No.
Just imagine that. Imagine putting a Max against that.
Well, see, now we have a baseline. This is excellent. So I'm gonna. Whoever else has one of these fancy machines, I know Ken from the Computer Clan got one. So maybe I'll shoehorn him into doing the same test and see what his results are. Because that's the thing, Joe. Does it really pay? With the type of videos that we produce, we're not doing 8K streams and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Does it pay for somebody like us to go a few steps further?
Mm-hmm.
Get the Max, get more memory, or whatever the heck. And just for completionist sake, if you go to the Apple menu there and go to About This Mac and show your speckaroonies there,
yep.
just so we know that this is the M1 Pro with 16 gigabytes.
Yep. Focus.
Sweet.
Focus, you feck. Good enough. Everybody can read it.
Awesome.
Yep. MacBook Pro 14-inch, base model. Everybody can see my serial number. Oh, no!
Oh, no! Yes, I'd like to make a claim. My MacBook needs to be repaired. Here's the serial number.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. My name's not Joe. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's rig as a laptop. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
I would love to, and because here's the thing, because I use Windows, I can't do a direct one-to-one comparison. It's not like I can just take the project and copy it. But I'm sure I could probably come up with something similar on the Windows rig and the Mac rig and do a side-by-side test.
If you do Adobe Premiere, I think they still have a trial. That's on Mac and Windows. I mean, obviously the app is a different way of, it's not it's the same type of app, but it's a little different. I forget if DaVinci Resolve is on Windows. I think it is.
Oh yeah, DaVinci Resolve is
you
on
could do that.
I hate that program with a passion, but it would be a good thing for doing.
A lot of people swear by it, but see, I'm one of the people. I grew up with iMovie, like the first version, and then I got Final Cut Express, and then I got Final Cut Pro, like the OS 9 version, and just always used it. So that's what I'm used to, and I'm gonna totally send Tom the files here. But Sinister Pisces has an excellent thought there. it's really unclear to me what someone needs to be doing to need an M1 Max versus a Pro. And that is exactly what I was thinking, because honestly, before this test, I thought, you know what, if I'm going to get a new machine, I probably need to, get the extra memory. Let's do 64 gigs. Let's do the M1 Max Pro. Let's, drain my bank account and put it into the negative. But by seeing the results here, let's say yours takes 3 minutes and 30 seconds to render this 10-minute video or 11-minute video, however long it was. And let's say the M1 Max does it in 3 minutes instead of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Is an extra $1,000, $1,500 worth the 30 seconds? To me personally, no, because that's still twice as fast than what I was used to.
And honestly, that's kind of the equation that I factored in when looking at it. I'm like, I want the best thing ever. But then I saw the price differences and thought about, for my first, how can I put it? My first laptop that I'm getting back into a nice high-end Mac laptop.
Yeah.
Am I fully intending to plan to jump full in to switching from my PC rig back to a Mac rig and learning all of that stuff to justify buying the high-end one? And then even if I do, am I going to be doing it that heavy? Am I going to be using it? Because the thing is, as we've seen here, and I've just known from everything I've been reading for the past couple of years about the M1s, I knew it was going to kick butt anyway.
Yeah.
But how much butt does it need to kick compared to what I'm already doing?
How much butt do I need to kick on an hourly basis to make this worth it? That's the name of the article that we're going to write.
How much butt could my MacBook kick if the MacBook could kick butt?
Move. Yeah, that's
there you go. Mr. Macintosh just showed up. Hey, Joe and Steve. Hi, Mr. Macintosh.
Missed all the fun. We did some speed tests.
Yeah.
So if you missed that, Mr. Macintosh, so I sent Joe a mix of 1080p 4K content from a video I'm working on. I sent him an 11-minute, 17-second long project. I exported it with my Mac Pro 2012 dual processor, 6-core Xeon, all that good stuff. Took me 7 minutes and 28 seconds to export it. It took Joe's low-end, just base unit 14-inch MacBook Pro model, same project and everything, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So,
yeah, seriously, if that is not a blazing, I forgot the word I was going to say. Endorsement. Thank you. Ringing endorsement. That's the phrase I meant to say. If that's not a ringing endorsement for the M1 processor, I don't know what is.
When does the check from Apple come so I can get one?
Exactly. Now sponsored by not Apple.
You can make that happen anytime, Apple, and you know it. You know it. Well, I've kept you awake long enough. I appreciate you jumping through the hoops and playing ball with my demo here. I'm very excited by the results, and I appreciate having you have me on your show.
Absolutely. Anytime, Steve. I need somebody extra sometimes to make my streams a little bit more interesting, because everybody knows I'm just a boring nerd.
That's I'm a boring nerd too, and we need to stick together.
The more of us that we get to get in a room together, the more interesting it gets. That's how multiplication works, right?
Yes. As far as my math is concerned, that's how it works.
Absolutely.
And as Adam says, my Mac keeps the room warm and yours doesn't. So there you go. Well, take care, Joe. Thank you again, and good luck with all your projects. They sound very interesting.
Wonderful. Thank you, and we'll see you later in the week, I'm sure.
See you on the Tinker Different forum.
Yep. Absolutely.
See ya.
Good night. Again, Steve is awesome. Thank you again for him stopping by and giving us a wonderful back and forth banter and something to show off this awesome MacBook Pro. Thank you to everybody who stopped by the stream tonight. I think I'm going to wrap the stream up myself. It is getting a little late for the Joe's eyeballs tonight. It's about time for me to head to the sleepy bye. And also, I've got a brand new toy on the bench I need to play with a little bit, right? I just got it. I unboxed it with all of you. Now I get to tape it all for myself and play with it. But again, thank you, Steve, for stopping by. Thank you, everybody in the stream who stopped by. I really do appreciate it. While you're here, if you loved the stream, make sure you hit the like button as as Mr. Brankus Creation says, smash that like button. I don't have the fancy video that he does, but you can do that. Yeah, remember to subscribe. Go check out some of my other stuff. If you're just catching up at the very end here, rewatch the stream. Go back, see what we did, and leave some comments and do all of that magic stuff. But again, yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight, and we will see you all later.